Well, good afternoon and welcome to this special assembly of our UCF family. With us today are representatives of our Student Government Association, Faculty Senate and Board of Trustees, members of our faculty and staff, students, and friends of the university. Thank you all for coming, and a very special greeting to our Jewish friends who will be observing Yom Kippur this evening. Today, we take stock as UCF looks to its 50th birthday on June 10th. Where are we in this landmark year, and where should we be headed? In recent weeks, you may have read and heard in our local media a variety of opinions about a subject that relates directly to these questions, the size and growth of UCF. Some think UCF is too big and should downsize its enrollment. Others think UCF has achieved its ideal size and should stop growing. Still others hope UCF will continue to grow. One fact that is not debated: UCF is big, the second biggest university in the nation and the largest in Florida. However, while we've grown, our goal has never been to be big. Rather, we have grown in order to offer access to higher education and opportunity to highly qualified and motivated individuals. We champion access to UCF because of a simple truth: higher education transforms lives. A college degree has been and continues to be the single most important factor for a successful career and a better future. From 2007 to 2012, during the very tough employment times, people with baccalaureate degrees as a group experienced no net loss of jobs. In fact, jobs for people with degrees climbed by 2.2 million, or 5%. The group that did not go to college experienced a 10% decline in employment, which translates to 5.8 million people without a job. So if you're ever asked why UCF continues to grow, you know the answer: to offer a high-quality education to as many deserving, eligible students as we can. We're in the life transformation business, and we're successful at it. Most of our 210,000 degree holders live and work in the Orlando region, and thus it is no coincidence that a recent article in Forbes magazine named Orlando 8th among U.S. cities that are getting smarter the fastest. From 2000 to 2010, Orlando's college-educated population increased by 46.6%, and that is great news for our city-state. Why? Because the companies that pay the highest salaries and that invest most in the local economy seek areas with high numbers of college graduates among the working-age population. And UCF is proud to provide that desirable, highly educated workforce. A number of our graduates play major roles in our community, such as Dr. Barbara Jenkins. Dr. Jenkins is an outstanding educator and administrator who holds 3 degrees from UCF, and she recently started a new job. Please join me in welcoming the Superintendent of Orange County Public Schools, Dr. Barbara Jenkins. Congratulations, Barbara. We look forward to working with you to prepare more public school students for higher education and a rich and meaningful life. Superintendent Jenkins sees the opportunity that UCF offers. Increasing numbers of students seek a similar opportunity, which leads back to the original question. For our university, is big better? Is small better? Both questions miss the mark. The proper question regards the quality of the education that a university delivers. You can provide a mediocre education to 1,000 students just as you can to 50,000 students, and you can provide an excellent education to 60,000 students as UCF does. Proof of the high quality of education that UCF delivers is found throughout our area and around our nation. Among the highlights of my past year have been visits with enthusiastic alumni groups in New York, Charlotte, Chicago, and Washington, D.C. Many of these alumni are in their late 20s or early 30s, and they credit UCF for helping them on their way to successful careers. In New York, I met a young man who had just started a new job in finance. Hired along with him were 2 recent graduates from Harvard. And he told me, you know, I'm better prepared for the new job than they are. As a university president, stories like that tend to make my day. If someone asks me why UCF continues to grow, I ask them, Why not? On almost every national measure for student success, UCF has improved over the past 10 years, those years during which we experienced our greatest growth. You'll notice the qualifier almost in that previous statement, and I'll address that almost in just a moment. In the decade from 2001-2 to 2011-12, the average SAT score for the freshman class increased 98 points from 1152 to 1250. The number of National Merit Scholars enrolled at UCF more than tripled from 67 to 231. The high school grade point average of the freshman class increased from 3.66 to 3.87. Our first-year retention rate increased by 8 percentage points from 79 to 87%. Our six-year graduation rate increased by 13 percentage points from 50 to 63%. Our students majoring in science, technology, engineering, and mathematics fields more than doubled from 5,543 to 11,166 students. Our numbers of degrees awarded increased by 84% from 7,824 to 14,369. The one nationally recognized quality of education measure at which UCF does not excel is our student-to-faculty ratio. At more than 31 students for each faculty member, our ratio is the highest in the state. We're not happy or content with that number. However, our showing on this measure is largely the result of the budget cuts for higher education. In the past 5 years, UCF has lost 49% of its state support. That loss has limited our ability to hire the number of faculty members that we had planned to hire, or that we want to hire. Despite the budget cuts, 2/3 of UCF classes have fewer than 40 students. In fact, we have more classes with 10 or fewer students than we do classes with 100 or more students. Our faculty-to-student ratio has challenged us to be creative in order to assure continued student success. Our nationally recognized online education program boasts a faculty training course that is emulated across the country. The program also has a support system of professionals who know how to exploit online learning strengths to recreate face-to-face courses. We have one of the best funded teacher training centers in the nation, where our faculty members learn new ways to achieve student learning in large classes and small. Last year, more than 20,000 students practiced in the community what they learned in the classroom through internships, academic service learning, and cooperative education experiences. In this way, we supplement the classroom teaching of our faculty members with the professional expertise and one-on-one guidance of thousands of Central Floridians. We use our students' differential tuition dollars to lower the size of freshman composition classes and to hire peer tutors for one-on-one work in the Writing Center and the Algebra Lab. We partner with state colleges across our region, sharing the cost of joint use facilities on their campuses. This allows a greater efficiency of operations for UCF, and it provides our students with greater convenience for attending classes. It's a win-win for all of us. When people ask, when are you going to stop growing? I have two standard responses. First, we'll stop growing when our size becomes unmanageable. Second, we'll stop growing when the demand for access to higher education in our region is met. Neither has happened yet. However, the question about when we stop growing leads us to the elephant in the room, our funding. In the past 5 years, state funding cuts for UCF have totaled $144 million. That amount includes our $52.6 million share of the $300 million reduction for the state university system this year. Next year, state lawmakers have vowed to restore our funding along with the remainder of that $300 million. If the $300 million is not restored, the impact on students will be substantial, with fewer course offerings, larger classes, and graduation delays. The glaringly obvious fact is that we need more faculty members and more classrooms. This is our pathway to smaller class size and to lower student-to-faculty ratio. All of the university presidents are united in urging our state lawmakers to keep their promise, and I ask each of you to help us by contacting your state lawmakers. Encourage them to return those dollars so that UCF can provide the high caliber of education that our students in our community deserve and need. But be careful how you approach the legislators. Under state regulations, please contact them on your own time. I'm speaking now to the university employees in the room, and without using state resources. Now, some state leaders would suggest that the state universities should not seek new revenues. Instead, we need only to tighten our belts. As I recently told the Florida Board of Governors, we've been tightening our belts. For the last 5 years, we've been tightening our belts. We've cinched that belt down to a size 22 waist. And in my case, that's not working. Administrative costs at UCF are 39% lower than the state university system average. UCF instructional costs are 25% lower than the system average at both the lower and upper division level. And we work smarter. For example, the recent addition of a natural gas-powered generator will save at least $2 million a year in energy costs while reducing harmful emissions. To our outstanding faculty and staff members, you are the best. It is because of your dedication and sacrifices that we've been able to minimize the impact of our budget cuts on our students and the city-state that we serve. Thank you all. You have my deepest appreciation. We are being frugal. However, if the state continues to reduce funding for UCF, we will have to limit access for the first time next year. Our resources can stretch only so far. Oliver Cromwell, the 17th century English military and political leader, said, "He who stops being better stops being good." At UCF, we'll keep striving to be the best metropolitan research university in the nation. Above all, providing a high-quality education must come first. If resource reduction should force us to adjust our growth for the sake of quality, we'll do so. Still, we must always fight for access and opportunity, and we will do all we can to keep our high-quality education affordable and to help students succeed once they arrive at UCF. That's why we've used 30% of all differential tuition dollars to support need-based scholarships. That's why we're proud that 49% of our students graduate without debt. And that's why we've designed one of the least expensive ways to get a baccalaureate degree in the United States, what we call Direct Connect to UCF. Direct Connect is our unique Central Florida initiative to provide access to a baccalaureate degree for a wide range of students at an affordable cost. Students who earn an associate degree from Brevard Community College, Lake Sumter Community College, Seminole State College, and Valencia College are guaranteed access to a baccalaureate degree at UCF. Our partner schools and UCF have some of the lowest tuition rates in the nation, and leaders at our partner schools say that growing numbers of their students are coming from outside Central Florida to be in the UCF pipeline. The word is spreading. It's great to be a Knight. UCF stands for opportunity, and I'm proud that UCF provided opportunities to a record 10,403 transfer students last year. Many of our transfer students excel at UCF, and some are among our finest examples of student success, such as Seminole State transfer Tatiana Viejo. Tatiana's family moved from Colombia to America when she was 15. She had to learn to speak English. But Tatiana was strong in math and science, and she was determined to succeed. At Seminole State College, she thrived and earned a Jack Kent Cook Scholarship, awarded to only the most outstanding community college students in our nation. At UCF, Tatiana soon became a top student in industrial engineering. She joined the Burnett Honors College, was chosen to be a McNair Scholar, and became campus president of the Institute of Industrial Engineers. Along the way, Tatiana also found time to dance as part of the activities of the Columbian Student Association. Now a senior, her passions include mentoring and encouraging women and minorities to enter STEM fields. This spring, Tatiana earned the highest academic honor that a student can receive at UCF, membership in the Order of Pegasus. Tatiana, will you please stand and be recognized? Congratulations, Tatiana. You and other transfer students from our consortium schools are what UCF is all about. To borrow a quotation from Arizona State's President Michael Crow, we want to be known for whom we include rather than for whom we exclude. And we are succeeding in having a student body that reflects our community and our world. Our preliminary enrollment figures indicate that the number of minority students has reached an all-time high of 39.3%. That number is up from 27.4% a decade ago. This fall, we are home to students from 123 countries. And here's another telling statistic. Approximately 26% of our student body are among the first in their families to attend college. This is great for them, but also for their children. Data show that children of college graduates are 12 times more likely to go to college than children of parents who've not attended college. As a first-generation student myself, I know how much a college education means. Student success doesn't end at graduation. It also means getting a job, a good job. I could go on and on about how UCF works to help our graduates to find good jobs. But let me tell you about UCF graduate Dan Reaney. Dan hails from Canada and came to UCF on an athletic scholarship for water skiing. Water skiing. Folks, I didn't make that up. In 2000, after earning his doctoral degree from UCF in mechanical engineering, Dan used UCF's award-winning technology incubator program to launch his own company, Reaney Technologies. It creates innovative high-tech cooling solutions for lasers, electronics, and people. For instance, Dan produces technology for the Army that helps cool a soldier's body in very hot climates. Other clients have included the Navy, Homeland Security, and NASA. Dan holds 11 patents, and his former one-person operation now employs 20 people, including several UCF graduates. His company also pays UCF students and faculty members for their assistance with Dan's leading-edge research. Dan, would you please stand? Congratulations, Dan, and keep up the great work. Student success stories at UCF can command international attention. News outlets around the globe have spotlighted the efforts of recent PhD graduate Kevin Stevenson and UCF with the discovery of planet candidate UCF 1.01. The planet is possibly the nearest one to our solar system that is smaller than Earth, and such a finding is highly prized among astronomers and planetary scientists. Kevin combined his own novel methods of data analysis with NASA's Spitzer Space Telescope to lead in making this exciting discovery. Here's more about it from Kevin, who is now a postdoctoral scholar at the University of Chicago.
The discovery of the extrasolar planet candidate UCF 1.01 really was serendipitous. We were using the Spitzer Space Telescope to perform follow-up observations of a known planet in the system called GJ436b. In the data, we found a spurious signal, something that we could not account for. So what we did is we searched the Spitzer archival data and tried to locate additional unexplained signals. So as it turns out, the signals occurred at predictable times. So we used our remaining time from Spitzer to observe the transit of UCF 101, and that's really how it came about. I think Louis Pasteur's famous saying, "luck favors the prepared mind," really applies to the case of UCF 101. You know, I learned a lot of these techniques and earned this experience right here at UCF. We discovered the extrasolar planet candidate in a nearby system called GJ436, which is only about 33 light years away. Now, the candidate planet is a rocky planet much like the Earth, only 2/3 the size. It's located about 20 times closer to its sun than Mercury is to its sun. This means that UCF 1.01 is very hot, and this makes it its period about 1.4 Earth days. The main reason for my decision to come to UCF was because of the professors. My advisor, Dr. Joseph Harrington, is really a leader in the field of extrasolar planet characterization. UCF has provided me with an opportunity to pursue my dreams in the field of extrasolar planets. It's given me a stepping stone in my career so that I can move on to the next step, the next level. And really, they've done this through providing an education that has served as a backbone for me to succeed.
Kevin touched on another key part of this story, and that is the exposure students at UCF to talented and inspiring faculty members. Dr. Harrington is on a sabbatical leave this fall in Germany and cannot be with us, but he secured access to the NASA telescope that helped enable Kevin's extraordinary work at UCF. And Kevin says there's another heavenly finding in the offing, UCF Planet Candidate 1.02. Stay tuned, folks. It's probably safe to say that not even the sky is the limit for Kevin's future. Now on to the planet Mars and its UCF connection. People around the world are enjoying the vivid pictures of Mars taken by the rover Curiosity. The colors in those exciting pictures are the direct result of innovations developed at UCF by Dr. Daniel Britt. His technology helps to ensure proper color and exposure balance for the rover's Mastcam camera. This lets scientists get a better view of the rocks on Mars. Dr. Britt's calibration targets have been on 6 Mars landings. Dr. Britt's out of town, but we salute him for his wonderful work that is bringing much acclaim to UCF while advancing student success. From the beginning of this university, our official motto has been, reach for the stars. In fact, UCF owns the U.S. trademark for that phrase, originated by our founding president, Dr. Charlie Millikan. But we aim for the planets too. And sometimes the impressive work of our students and faculty members at UCF is just out of this world. I couldn't resist. Back here on campus, our student athletes are excelling in the classroom as well as on the field and on the court. UCF led Conference USA's public institutions with 221 student athletes named to the 2011-12 Commissioner's Academic Honor Roll, which requires a 3.0 GPA or higher. This spring, our student athletes collectively produced a GPA of 3.0 or better for the 9th straight semester, with 32 of them achieving a perfect 4.0. And the UCF football team is tied for 3rd in the nation in the number of team members who've already earned bachelor's degrees. A great example of this student success is outstanding scholar athlete Jordan Ray. In May, Jordan graduated with his degree in finance. He's a 3-year starter on the football team and is a candidate for the Remington Trophy, which is awarded each year to the best center in the nation. In starting on his master's in business this summer, Jordan earned a perfect 4.0 in his classes, and he made the honor roll in 6 of his 8 previous semesters with us. He is also community-minded. Even during high school, he enjoyed volunteering to read to elementary school children and to visit youngsters in hospitals with life-threatening illnesses. Jordan, will you please stand? Jordan, thank you for being such a wonderful role model for all UCF students, and good luck Saturday. Speaking of sports, I'm excited that we're creating a new culture of excellence for UCF athletics. And as our teams look to play in the Big East Conference next year, the future of UCF sports is bright indeed. The rise of UCF as one of the great success stories in higher education comes in large part from the steady pursuit of the 5 goals that have guided UCF since I arrived in 1992. To offer the best undergraduate education available in Florida, to achieve international prominence in key programs of graduate study and research, to provide international focus to our curricula and research programs, to become more inclusive and diverse, and to be America's leading partnership university. As partners for nearly the past 50 years, this university and its region have prospered. UCF has contributed much to Central Florida, and Central Floridians have been key to the success of this university. This month, a dear friend of UCF, Al Burnett, passed away. Beginning in 1979, the contributions of Al and his lovely wife Nancy resulted in $21,800,000 for UCF students and programs. Various facilities that their generosity enabled bear their name. The Burnett Honors College, the Burnett House, which is the president's home at UCF, and our Burnett School of Biomedical Sciences, which is the foundation for the UCF College of Medicine at Lake Nona. In life, some people want to be something. Others want to do something. Al and Nancy Burnett were doers who believed in the power of education to enrich lives. And for generations to come, their gifts will benefit UCF and the city-state it serves. In the spirit of the Burnetts, many other friends of UCF will support student success and access to higher education by contributing to our comprehensive fundraising campaign that is underway. The focus of our campaign is to build an endowment for students' scholarships and faculty member support, and we hope you will want to participate. Today, the state of our university is stronger than ever, and a very special year is ahead of us. We're on our way to more school records for student access, for quality, and for the number of degrees awarded. We will finalize and implement a plan to boost our graduation rate to 70% within the next 5 years. We'll move forward with initial efforts for a three-phase $64 million transformation of our library. We'll graduate our first class of future physicians from our UCF College of Medicine, and we will celebrate the 50th anniversary of an institution that in a remarkably short time has become a vital force for Central Florida and a metropolitan research university of global impact. UCF stands for opportunity and then some. Let us always remember that this is a place where people do what others think they cannot do. This is a university that does things others think cannot be done. And I can hardly wait to see what our Knights Nation will do to change the world in the coming year. Thank you all for everything that you do for UCF. May God bless us all, and may God bless the University of Central Florida. Go Knights! Thank you. Thank you very much. Now, I am delighted to introduce the chair of our Faculty Senate and a member of the UCF Board of Trustees, Dr. Ida Cook. Ida?
Thank you, Dr. Hitt. On behalf of the UCF faculty, I would like to again congratulate you for the continuing success that UCF has experienced here in Central Florida, in the state, and in the nation. As President Hitt mentioned, UCF's student-faculty ratio of 31 students per one faculty member is well above the state university system's average. That difference is even greater when compared to the other 3 state universities that share with us the designation of very high research qualification. Our average ratio of 31 to their average of 18 makes our inclusion in that category of very high research even more impressive. In light of the challenges, it must be said that the successes of the UCF faculty stand out as being extraordinary. From a faculty member's perspective, I also want to say that I am both proud and humbled when I consider all the many things that my UCF colleagues, such as Professors Harrington and Britt, do to help their students learn while contributing to their professions and the university's accomplishments. Let me take a moment to identify a few of them. As part of our efforts, UCF faculty have taken the opportunity to partner with the Faculty Center for Teaching and Learning to find and develop new methods and innovative ways to provide quality teaching to advance student learning. UCF faculty regularly mentor students at both the undergraduate and graduate levels, as is evidenced by the research projects presented at the annual UCF Student Research Symposia that showcases their research. Our faculty commit their time to assist and guide the students in gaining hands-on experience with genuine research. The topics may include such things as creating a greener healthcare industry, wastewater management, juvenile justice, forensic analysis of mummified remains, documentary filmmaking, communication skills of autistic children, preventing bullying, or rebuilding oyster beds. While conducting their research, These students develop skills and gain insights that give them an advantage in their studies, and at the same time, they have the opportunity to help advance the field of knowledge in their disciplines. In addition to student research opportunities, UCF faculty mentor students in a variety of settings, including supervising internships and coordinating volunteer projects in the community. The Coalition for the Homeless, Habitat for Humanity, and Junior Achievement are just a few of the organizations that the faculty and students work with to promote academic service learning in the community. Whether it is research or academic service learning projects, faculty help students obtain the experience that allows them to apply the knowledge of their disciplines in the real world and their future careers. Because UCF faculty and administrators support shared governance, UCF faculty are regularly involved in discussing, developing, and supporting improvements in campus-wide policies. For example, when it became clear that our online learning management system needed to be upgraded to enhance student learning, faculty from across the university volunteered to work with the Offices of Institutional Technology and Distributed Learning to test the replacement systems being proposed, and they assisted in making the final choice. Shared governance can also be seen in the development of the new streamlined academic integrity process, the Smoke-Free Campus Initiative for a Healthier Environment. We continue to participate and review the decisions of the Senate and university committees and councils that deal with undergraduate and graduate curricular and policy matters. The University Strategic Plan, the University Master Plan, parking and transportation, faculty and staff benefits, just to mention a few. I'm sure that everyone joins me in acknowledging and thanking all the UCF faculty for their continued dedication to enhancing student learning, their active research efforts, and for their mentoring and encouragement of students while still maintaining our commitment to providing the best college education in the state of Florida. Thank you, and go Knights! Now, if you will, please welcome the president of our UCF student body, student representative on the UCF Board of Trustees, and also student representative on the Board of Governors, Cortez Whatley.
Good afternoon, everyone. So this is what a little bit of height feels like. This feels nice. President Hitt, members of our Student Government Association, distinguished guests, my fellow Knights, and to my delight, some of my predecessors. I had the wonderful opportunity to host a luncheon in which some of the student body presidents of the past were able to attend. So I would like to say thank you to those of student body presidents that are here. And if you could please stand, I'd like to recognize you guys for paving the way for my success. I am honored to stand among such an incredible group of people. There is no greater joy that I have than calling myself a UCF Knight. And I am continuously impressed by my colleagues and commend all the students here for your great success, and I look forward to your future successes. The State of the University Address is a great occasion. It is our chance to look to the future and see what kind of progress our university is making. This year has ushered in a whirlwind of changes for our unique student body. We have seen significant reductions of the funding provided by the state, an issue students have justly voiced their concerns over. The difficult decision to increase tuition was made, and not without every possible consideration in mind. We have had to readjust how our university operates in order to compensate for our continuous loss of funding. Administrative and college budgets alike have been trimmed, valued faculty members have been let go, and a number of courses and programs have been lost. These economic times are tough, but it is important to realize that one of our greatest strengths is our unity. It is our ability to come together and progress even in the face of adversity. It is our ability to continuously be on the cutting edge of innovation and creativity, even in the midst of challenges. It is our unwillingness to yield when difficulties arise, and it is our resilient dedication to achieving excellence that has kept us strong and will continue to carry us forward. We proudly remain the second largest university in the nation with a constantly growing student body focused on success and opportunity. We have not forfeited quality for the sake of numbers. Quite the contrary, we have continued to increase the value of our degrees and bolster the level of our education. This is because of the diligence of our administration, faculty, and staff, and no doubt attributed to the hardworking and driven student population that we have at this school. We are elite without being elitist. Student Body Vice President Rachel Brill and I are privileged and honored to serve this great student body. This is not a responsibility we have taken lightly, and we promise to better the UCF culture we have all come to know and love. With the goals in our platform, we made the pledge that we would take your vision for academics, your vision for community, and your vision for tomorrow, and make it our mission to fulfill them. I am proud to say that we have made significant strides towards these goals. Coming this spring semester, you will see a new expansion of the Rec and Wellness open in Knights Plaza. This expansion not only allows more students to commit to a healthier lifestyle, but opens new avenues for better mental and physical well-being. A holiday shuttle service dubbed Night Flight is well underway and will allow easy transportation for students to and from the airport from campus. To honor our promise of strengthening academics, we are working to bring you reduced textbooks by partnering with electronic textbook distribution companies. In addition, the first calculator rental program is in its final stages. Students will now be able to rent specialized calculators for an allowed amount of time in order to assist them in their courses. Wireless printing is now available to all students both on and off campus, eliminating both sign-in and waiting times. This fall, you will be able to enjoy an all-new, all-night study 2, which will be located in Farrell Commons. This facility will be a 24-hour study space that will provide more independent and group study areas as well as printing for students. The facility will also be home to our LGBTQ services community. In our effort to revolutionize the way we reach out to the student body, we are working to provide a forum for the student voice to be heard. Through the renovation of SGA Extra and the implementation of a real-time discussion board on our website, students will be able to start conversation and really help shape this campus. Our #1 mission within student government is to advocate for the student body, and this will help us prioritize our mission. In addition to providing a means for students to start conversation with student government, we have also provided an avenue for students to be heard on the state level. Through our online voter registration format, students can register to vote within minutes just by logging on to MyUCF. We are proud to say we have registered over 900 students to vote in the last 2 weeks alone. For our regional students, we made the promise that you will no longer feel as that you are not part of this UCF family. We are taking every effort to expand the reach of student government, reach of SGA to our regional campuses through our services, our programming, and our events. Our university is constantly evolving. It is inspiring to know that we as students are the first and foremost priority of our administration when it comes to decision making. It is inspiring to know that student government serves to be the one voice for the student body focused on ensuring that our time here is an unforgettable experience. The journey we embark on together as UCF Knights is one I am proud to say never ends. Let us continue to strive for success. Let us continue to make your vision our mission. At this time, we would like to welcome our guests to the refreshments and receptions in the back area. Also, there are special t-shirts made for this event to be given out to our students. So again, thank you for coming out, and of course, go Knights.